The next thing on our mighty long to-do list is to enter the Nether. This will grant us access to gold, which from there will let us start playing around with Botania. And it also unlocks lead, which eventually will lead on to embers and the create mod. We can use a natural altar to convert deep slate into obsidian to make the Nether portal at the cost of a bit of aura, but I already made the frame with lava and water before reading that we could do that. But hey, at least we now have access. Similar to the overworld, the Nether is bare of ores and even more devoid of life. There are 0 spawns there and only 1 biome. So I get the feeling that whenever we do go through here, we are pretty much only down here for netherrack. We do indeed need to go deeper, and yep, so far, just lots of red netherrack. We'll grab a handful of this stuff out and just return, I think. Unless that is soul sand or soul soil there on the dead wastes, let's maybe go explore that first. Well, it was Scorchia for crate and soul soil and soul sand here. Excellent, we'll grab out a few blocks of each. The combination of brilliant fibre and nether bricks is superficially similar to the weak gold ore deposits you remember. They are so similar in fact that a pure daisy will convert gold nether bricks into gold nether ore. Alrighty then, so we'll smelt down a few pieces of netherrack then. And brilliant fibre is still a real pain in the arse to make here. Hopefully eventually we will get a better way of making this stuff. There is a better way to get brilliant fibre, but you need to get access to blaze powder somehow. Oh well, thank you for answering that then, quest log. And we simply just combine nether bricks with our fibre to make the golden nether bricks. Let's get rid of this garbage here. And that's the daisy then, exploding everything into nether gold ore. Brilliant. Let's get a few pieces out then, or at least a few nuggets. I didn't see any recipes there to make anything different with the nuggets, just maybe making the ingots is all we can do for now. There's 2 for us, and we're simply rewarded with experience for that. We could use a liquefaction cauldron to turn it into alchemical gold sulfur, but at the cost of 1:1, I don't think there's much point. It's much more cost effective to turn raw gold into free alchemical gold sulfurs there instead. I just don't know how to get access to raw gold yet. Which is unfortunate, because that means the only way for us to access gold is to get it from the nether gold ore here, meaning that we need brilliant fibre. Next, we are to start generating mana, so we're going to need a mana spreader, living wood logs, gold ingot and some petals, and we'll get that sat down just there I think. We'll need a mana pool, which is easy enough to craft. A binding wand as well, which I think is 3 living twigs together. Yep, and some petals. Let's make some end of flame flowers up 2 browns and 1 wheat flower. 1 wheat seeds I meant, but that'll do. Well, it's not the best mana generation, but it's free to begin with. Let's give that some charcoal here. Again, not really sure the best fuel for these things to be using. Stop picking them up. And we'll bind those flowers to the spreader, and the spreader to the mana pool. Okay, I think we're now very slowly generating mana. Enough to complete the quest anyway, so some experience. We've to make a runic altar next, which uses living rock and a mana pearl, which is an ender pearl dipped into a mana pool. We have a few ender pearls then. Now I can't remember if we click into it or we throw it. Good, we throw it. I wouldn't like to teleport and waste that. So there's our runic altar then, and we can start making runes. For completing the rune altar task, we get a black lotus and some more experience, as well as access to different mana producing flowers, such as the munch dew. Might be tempting to make that flower actually. It will harvest some of the leaves and convert that into mana. Better than these guys anyway. Using the power of mana and a pumpkin, you think you can create a fell pumpkin, a weak imitation of a blaze. A fell pumpkin is made on a runic altar. That's all fairly simple, apart from the pumpkins themselves. Do we have any seeds to make those? Indeed we do, so we need a carrot and a potato to make a pumpkin. Grow, my stupids, grow. Quest complete. Pumpkin. And before I go any further ahead, we need to do that. Yep, bind that. Let's get the pumpkin in. And we will very, very slowly generate the mana here to eventually make the fell pumpkin head. Oh, holy crap, is that taking forever? And 1 eternity later, that is our fell pumpkin head. Pop this magically charged head on top of 2 iron bars and it'll turn into a passable facsimile of a blaze. Think we'll do that down here underground, away from everything flammable. So the 2 iron bars down and the pumpkin head should go on top. Don't know why I didn't just do this. There we are then. We have a blaze. Do not kill me. It did not kill us and we got out some blaze powder. We're rewarded with just some experience for completing that, but we can now make a blaze burner. If we could capture a blaze within the burner, how do we make a burner? Mysterious conversion. I really don't know what I'm looking at here, but we can make an empty blaze burner doing magic by the looks of it. I really don't know what that is. So we'll leave that for now, and instead we can start making redstone brilliant. Distilling blaze powder and gunpowder together in a distillery will grant you access to glowstone. Getting redstone is similar, using cinderflower in place of gunpowder. That's a recipe for distilling blaze powder and cinderflower into redstone. It looks simple enough, but how do we make a distillery? Everything there looks fairly simple apart from the attuned stone, which we make from a witch's cauldron, requiring an altar power of 500. Now that you have actual plants available, you can start to harness their latent life energy to power rituals. To start, you'll have to create a structure capable of collecting it, an altar. The more plant life around the altar, the more power you can store. This includes trees, grass, flowers, crops, vines, pumpkins, melons and more. Not too bad then, so we need 6 altar pieces in order to make a full functioning altar, so that means we're going to need 6 gold nuggets. And that's everything then to make up the 6 altar pieces. Now it does say to place them down beside plants and flora and such, so the cauldron is there. If I just stick this thing, well, we need to build it first, so we'll put that there. That should get access to the trees around. Yep, that does seem to be filling up a little bit there. So we'll need to get some grass, flowers and other things placed down to increase that. That's alright, some books I won't read. There are a few items you can place on top of your altar to increase its capacity and recharge rate. A torch, a skeleton or husk head, and a chalice. A chalice is incredibly expensive at the moment, mainly because of the gold. But a torch and a husk head we can certainly do, and that has indeed increased things. And here's these purple attuned stones in. So we're gonna need a mana pearl, that's an ender pearl, a whiff of magic, which is a rowan sapling, whatever, a gold leaf, and a altar power of 500, which I think we had 700. Let's get the spreader going back to the mana pool, and we have enough mana at least to make 2 of those orbs up. The gold leaf should be fairly easy to obtain at this point. I think these leaves have spread out over quite a few trees now. A bit of lag there looking over in this direction. What's causing that? It could just be the sheer volume of trees that we now have over here, or maybe the amount of golden leaves that are being spread about. So pearl in, followed by magic, followed by gold leaf, and as long as it doesn't turn brown, we've done that right. We have indeed done that right, so we get out an attuned stone. Think we'll do that again very quickly, just to get up another one. If the altar is the backbone of witchcraft, the distillery, kettle and spinning wheel are its phalanges. Not a clue what that word means, but we have the distillery then, which requires 2 gold nuggets to make. We are fast running out of those gold nuggets unfortunately, but there is a distillery, which will just sit there for now. I thought it was bigger. Also what she said. Oh, and the spinning wheel allows us to make more of those brilliant fibres then, if we have an icy needle and a bone needle, as well as blaze powder. Relatively expensive to make, another attuned stone and wool for it, but we need one anyway, so let's craft it. and we'll stick it down here so that it gets access to the altar. The icy needles that we need simply come from these snowflowers, and we do have a few in stock at the moment, which is nice. The bone needles come from using bones and flint. So on the spinning wheel then, if we put in the icy needles and bone needles and blaze powder on top, that should spin it into the brilliant fibre. Eventually at least. I'll maybe just let that work away. And that certainly beats having to use a witch's cauldron for it, and we get out 3 at a time. So that's going to be gold ore nearly sorted for us then. At least a lot more cost effective to make it using the spinning wheel. The last item for the Tools of the Trade quest is a kettle requiring a cauldron and another attuned stone, which we don't have, purely because we don't have any more ender pearls, but once we kill a few more endermen, we'll be sorted.